everyone, it's Hayden. It has been a good at least 2 years since I made a video. Life kind of got in the way, I guess, so I realized that I never actually made a post-op video about my experience and kind of the healing process and where I'm at now, 2 years and 8 months later. So that's what I'm going to base this video on. Since it has been so long, let me give a quick update on my life. I will be 4 months on testosterone, 4 years on testosterone in March 23rd, I believe, maybe 25th. I can't remember, but in March I'll be 4 years on hormones. I am 2 years, 8 months post-op top surgery with Dr. Garamoni. The past 2 years since I made my last video, graduated from Iowa State with my architecture degree. I got a job down in Florida, so I moved from Iowa down here, where I'm living now, up in the Panhandle, near the Panama City Beach area. And yeah, I went through a pretty devastating breakup in August, and I'm doing good now. I'm doing well. I love my job. I love the people I work with. They all know that I'm trans, which is a fairly recent development within the past few months. Nervous about dating as a trans man. It's the first time I'm single in the last 4+ years, so being in a conservative area, not a huge city, mostly a tourist population. See how that goes. So anyways, yeah, I'm living in Florida and 2 years, 8 months post-op. So I'll add some pictures, photos to this video somewhere in here, of how I kind of got to this chest, healing wise. Yeah, so I had top surgery June 1st of 2016, and that summer post-op was a hard one for me. I wasn't expecting to feel the way I did. It was a lot of joy. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love my chest and my body and the way it's looking nowadays, but those first few months, I got hit with some pretty serious post-op depression, and I didn't talk about it. I didn't want anyone to get the wrong idea that I had any sort of regrets or was unhappy with my decision to have top surgery, because that was absolutely not the case. I think one of the things that was hardest for me was the post-op care and having no feeling whatsoever in my chest. The reveal day was full of highs and just a feeling that I can't even describe or put into words. I can't do the experience justice, but afterwards, I had my post-op appointment a week after I had surgery, so June 8th it must have been, and it was in the morning, and later that day I flew back to Iowa, had some time off to recover and things like that, just kind of hanging out around my apartment, and I felt so disconnected from my body. I'm taking care of these scars, and they were scars and these incisions, and my nipples and things like that, and looking in the mirror, and I remember feeling that disconnect, and putting the gauze and the Neosporin and the yellow medicated gauze things, I don't remember what they're called, on, and not being able to feel it, and that just furthered that disconnect. I think I had this chest and body that I hated, but I lived with for so long, and it felt like, the next day I'm looking in the mirror and I'm seeing a chest that I dreamt about for so long, and I'm feeling so disconnected from it. I can't physically feel it. It was hard. It was a roller coaster, and I still, over 2.5 years later, have a really hard time putting it into words. I think that's why I never got around to making it. I struggled a lot, and I guess here I am 2.5 years later, and I forget that I even have scars. I'm living in Florida now, as I've said multiple times, and when I moved here this summer, I'm very close to the Gulf, the beach, so I spent a lot of time going to the beach and shirtless. I'm pretty sure I've been shirtless 90% of the past 2.5 years since I had top surgery, but publicly shirtless, and I don't even register that I have the scars, and that people might be looking at them, they might not. It doesn't cross my mind, because I'm finally so comfortable and at home in this body that felt so unobtainable, and even felt unobtainable after I had top surgery for those first few months. So I don't think post-op depression is talked about enough. I know I've seen a post or two about other trans guys that have experienced that, and it was something that I know, as someone who does suffer with depression or lives with depression, I had in the back of my mind, but I couldn't imagine myself feeling that emotion. It was something I had looked forward to and knew I needed for so long. So that's that.